What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Team Fish Knuckles YouTube channel. Today is Expanded Thursday. Today we are looking at the Kingdra-EX deck. Now, if you watched last Expanded Thursday video, it was me just talking about Expanded Thursday in general and asked about different deck suggestions. And somebody said Kingdra-EX Eelektrik. So today we are playing the deck out. I'm going to take a lot of those suggestions from last Thursday and just test them out, see how they go. And we're going to go from there, play some really cool decks and some really interesting ideas. So today we are trying the Kingdra-Eelektrik deck. So Kingdra-EX is our main attacker, like I said, probably 3 or 4 times already. But Kingdra-EX, the first attack is Big Storm. And also this guy is a Dragon type and Weak 2 Fairy, which is pretty nice. Big Storm does 20. Discard any tandem card to play if you want to. 20 damage, pretty much irrelevant. Really don't care about that too much. But the second attack is where it shines. Dragon Tail does 60 base, but this attack does 30 more damage for each basic energy attached to this Pokemon. And you also need 3 energies attached to it. So you need 3, 6, 9, plus the 6. You automatically do 150 if those 3 are lightning Pokemon, which is really nice. So 150 damage, and of course you can play more lightning energies to do a lot more damage. Of course, hit some pretty crazy numbers with Kingdra, which I do like a lot. So, of course, the way we're going to power up our Kingdra-EX is using Eelektrik. Eelektrik has the ability Dynamo Motor. Once during your turn before you attack, you may attach a lightning energy from your discard pile to one of your bench Pokemon. And this is how we're going to power up the Kingdra-EX. Now, it does need 1 water energy, which you can just randomly attach that whenever, and you'll be A-OK, which is really nice. We also do play 1 Crush and Burn Eelektross. I know usually I play these Slurp Shakedown Eelektross, but today we're trying a different one. This is mainly for like Regice or Sigilyph or something like that. Crash and Burn says discard as many energies attached to your Pokemon as you like. And this attack does 30 damage times the number of energies discarded. Cards you discarded. Now the reason why I like this card a lot and expanded compared to the other one is, you know, with Kingdra, you're actually not discarding energies. They're just staying on there. As of Rayquaza and stuff like that, you're going to discard them. So I don't think Crash and Burn is really that helpful, but you can like just randomly retreat a Kingdra or just rush and retreat to an Eelektross and do a ton of damage with Crash and Burn. If you have 9 energies on the field, you can do 180 damage. Or no, 6 energies on the field. Wow, 9. Yeah, I'm trying to hit for 270 if I want to Eelektross. But still, it's a really cool attack. I really do like it a lot. Crash and Burn is such a strong attack. Both Eelektrosses are good. The Slurp Shakedown and this one. It's up to you to decide what you want to play. So that's our main kind of setup. We do play the Thunderwave Tynamo as well. I think it is better. I know back in the day people argued that the 30 HP Tynamo was better because it has free retreat, but nowadays I don't think that card's great at all. Especially like Landers, Kira, Darkrai, all that stuff can easily knock out 30 HP Tynamos just sniping off the bench. I don't think that's great as any card. But we do play some text. We play 1 Shaymin-EX to help set up for 6 new cards in our hand. 1 Jirachi to search for any supporter card, put it into our hand. And 1 Keldeo for the Russian retreat. It's not really needed that much. It is kind of needed if your opponent like Lysandre of an Eel to kind of stall out. But, you know, you're not discarding your energy, so you don't have to rush in and retreat every turn. It only needs 1 energy to retreat, which is pretty nice. And since, yeah, I think it's a really cool thing. Keldeo is mainly used for like poison. If you're asleep or poison, you can rush in and retreat to get rid of that status condition, which is really, really nice. So that's all the Pokemon we play in this deck. Now, we play 1 Battle Compressor to discard 3 cards from our deck, of course. We're discarding like Lightning or supporter cards. 1 Computer Search for consistency. 3 Level Ball to get out a Tynamo, Eel, or a Jirachi. 1 Super Rod to shuffle back a 3 combination of Pokemon and basic energies. So this way you can get back your water energies and or Pokemon if needed, which is really nice. 4 Ultra Ball and 4 via Seeker. This is pretty much a staple in almost all decks, unless you're playing Vileplume or something. Like, these two always go together. Alright, so 2 Colress. We're going to put a lot of Pokemon on our bench. The Colress is really nice. Shuffle your hand into deck and then draw a number of cards equal to the number of bench Pokemon, both yours and your opponent's. So if your opponent has 4 Pokemon down, you have 5. You can draw up to 9 cards of Colress, which is really, really nice. 2 Lysandre bring Pokemon off the bench. 3 and 4 Juniper. We do play a lot of supporter cards, but we do need to set up these Eels, so we don't need to miss a beat. Like, if we miss an Eel, we're going to be sad because it needs 4 energies to attack with this Kingdra-EX, so it is somewhat hard to set up. 1 Xerosic, and this is mainly for Garbodor. You could maybe make a user to discard like Fighting 3 Belts or something like that to make it do -40, which is pretty nice, but mainly for Garbodor. You could maybe play like Tool Scrapper instead and discard 2 tools on the opponent's side of the field. But Xerosic is so nice because you can just via Seeker for Xerosic, and like I said, Garbodor doesn't really matter because once you get the 12 Garbodor, you can use a Dynamotor, power up your Kingdra, and once again, you're not discarding these energies. They're gonna stay there forever, which is really nice. So you really don't need, like, you don't have to worry about Garbodor too much. 2 Tropical Beach, because we're really not attacking on turn 1, and like I said, I'd rather set up to draw 7 cards in your hand. If this card's not available to you, you could play like a Skyro Bridge. You could opt to play like any Stadium cards. So you can play like more supporter cards, or I don't know, more setup cards or something if you want to instead. But definitely like a Skyro Bridge, so your Kingdra-EX has free retreat, which is really nice if you want to. So yeah, that could work. 2 Float Stone to give your Keldeo-EX free retreat. You could maybe play 2 Float Stones, or maybe another Float Stone and a Skyro Bridge instead of 2 Chocolate Beach if you don't have those. 3 Muscle Band, which is really needed with the Kingdra-EX. So the way what usually happens in these games is you attach a Water G turn 1, get down 2 Eels, 2 Tynamos, which is not crazy to say. 2 Tynamos turn 1 is not crazy, with 4 Ultra Ball, and 3 Level Ball, and 4 Tynamos. Next turn, you're going to attach Light Energy to the bench Kingdra. You're going to Dynamotor and then Dynamotor again, and that's how you're going to power it up one turn, which is only 150, but with the Muscle Band, you can hit 170 damage to knock out EX Pokemon. 9 Lightning and 3 Water Energies. This might be too much Lightning, like I said before. Like I said a billion times, you're not discarding Lightning Energies as you are with the Rayquaza, so you can maybe cut down some Lightning Energies, maybe like 8 or 7 if you want to instead. I think 3 Water is the correct play though. But there you go, guys. There is the Kingdra Electric deck. I think it's a really strong deck. I think it's a really cool concept. I think one thing I would play in here, I know I don't play this card, is a Hex Maniac. I know some people are probably at the beginning of the video probably say, like, Squeaky, you don't play Hex Maniac, what are you doing? What are you saying? And the reason why you need a Hex Maniac is for Archeops. If your opponent gets an Archeops, you can't evolve your Pokemon, which does stink. But I don't know. I didn't put one in here. I mean, you cut like a Lightning for a Hex Maniac, and there you go. I think that'd be a perfect play. Cut a Lightning for a Hex Maniac, so that way you can get around Archeops. Because all you really need to do is one turn of playing on your Eels, and you'll be A-okay if they're playing Archeops. Like, Archeops is kind of scary, but you just Hex double Eel, and you're like, okay, that's all I really need is 2 Eels, and I'm A-okay. There you go, guys. There is my version of the Kingdra-EX deck. I had a lot of fun playing this deck. I think it's actually kind of strong, just because you're not discarding energies off Kingdra-EX, which is really nice. But hopefully you enjoyed this video, guys. Thanks for watching the introduction, and let's see the deck in action. Alright, you're putting against Camus playing a Lightning, Psychic, Water, and a Colors deck. Lightning, Psychic, Water, and Colors. I'm not sure what this could be. With Lost Coin, so we'll be going second, which is unfortunate. I mean, I guess it really doesn't matter. Regardless, we're not really attacking turn 1, but I'd rather be attacking by turn 2. And we started Kingdra. I almost thought we started with Jirachi, and that would have been really bad. But we got a Muscle Band. We got a Jirachi, so we get Jirachi for a Sycamore. Oh my goodness. Is it a mirror match? Oh my goodness. Alright, so my opponent is playing some kind of Eelektross deck. Alright, so they get somebody active, put 2 Pokemon down, put 3 Pokemon down on the field. And let's see, what are we playing against? Yes, withdraw from Mulligan. There's another Kingdra. We'll put that down onto the field. Press done. And there is, it looks like a Raikou Eels deck. Alright, so I thought it was going to be a mirror match, but it is a Raikou Eels deck. Now, luckily, we can still pretty much one-shot this Raikou fairly easily, but it will two-shot us, which is very scary. We see a Lightning Energy, Float Stone going to the bench. Computer Search, going to discard an Eelektross, an Eel, and a Super Rod. I don't know if I like that play or not, because they're getting rid of the Super Rod and an Eel, and they might have multiple prizes. So we see probably a Sycamore coming down the field. Or Juniper, yeah. I mean, I doubt we would have saw an in, especially turn 1. We see another Tynamo coming down, okay. And let's see what will happen. What will my opponent do this turn? There's an Ultra Ball discarding a Lightning and a Lightning. Probably getting maybe a Shaymin? I don't know if they want to get a Shaymin, though. Oh, Keldeo. Keldeo-EX pretty good. They can use the Russian ability, switch to the act spot. We see a Shaymin. Hey, there he is. Shaymin coming down. All right. So a Shaymin and Keldeo coming down, that means we can at least take 2 knockouts on those guys, which is great for us. We're seeing Assault Vest coming down. We really don't care about that. We don't play any special energies. And on to our turn. All right, so we get an Ultra Ball. I'm going to Ultra Ball, discard Lysandre and a Lightning Energy. And with this, I'm going to grab a Tynamo. We could have grabbed a Keldeo, but I kind of want to save it, so we'll grab the Tynamo. Put that down. Put a Muscle Band, Water Energy, Level Ball. And with the Level Ball, we'll grab another Tynamo. Put that down on the field, okay. Now, we could use Jirachi right now, or we could save the Jirachi. Like, if we play the Jirachi right now, we can get a Sycamore, but I really don't want them to have a Lysandre target for the next turn. So I'm just going to end my turn right now. owns my opponent's turn. I think that's a fine play, just holding it to my hand. My opponent, we could top deck like a supporter card and not play the Jirachi down, which I actually want to do. I really don't want to put Jirachi down and give my opponent an easy knockout. We see an Eel coming down. Okay, they can start using Dynamo. They have 2 lightning energies in the discard pile. There's an Ultra Ball discarding a lightning and a VS Seeker. Probably get another Eelektrik in play, and that's what we'll see. So we'll see an Eel coming down. Okay, so Eel go on the bench. And let's see, Juniper going to discard the hand, drawing 7 new cards. Can an opponent find a Float Stone? If they can find a Float Stone, they can put it on Keldeo. They can rush in, double Dynamo to this guy, and start using Thunderlance. It'll do 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and we'll have some kind of pressure on us. But hopefully next turn we can knock out the Raikou. Hopefully he doesn't hit a Float Stone. If he doesn't hit a Float Stone, then we're okay. Unless he has a Lightning Energy. If he has a Lightning Energy, he can attach to this guy. He can double Dynamo to this guy and take a knockout. But there's a Lightning Energy to the active. And we'll probably see double Dynamo to the Raikou. Try to get both attackers pretty much ready to go. So Lightning Energy in that guy, okay. And let's see what else does my opponent have. Now, we still are in kind of a risky shape. We're not really taking a knockout just yet. We need 3 energies on our Kingdra. Once we do get that, we will take a knockout. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, minus 20 is 150. We see a Lightning going to Keldeo-EX. It's a Level Ball. Just to thin their deck out, most likely. Alright, so Tynamo coming into their hand. Just saying, I don't want this in my deck. I don't want to draw into it, so that's why they're grabbing it. Battle Compressor, go and discard 3 cards out of their deck. Probably going to discard like a Lysandre. Maybe an N. Oh no, just 3 lightning energies there. Okay, never mind, I lied. I'm sorry. Alright, so on our turn, okay? So what do we get? We get a lightning energy. So I'm going to Jirachi, and with the Jirachi, I am going to go for a Sycamore. We could go for a, what is it? We could go for a course, but we're going to play Juniper. He says the draws, but we had Jirachi in our hand. Alright, so we don't have it yet. We're going to whiff it by 1 energy. Alright, so we're going to put a Kingdra down. I'm going to Level Ball for a Eel. Okay. We'll put an Eel. My opponent's still not going to take a knockout this turn. That I can think of right now. We'll put a Lightning on this. We'll put a Water Gem on this guy. We'll Dynamo to number 1. Onto the Kingdra on the bench. Okay. And we will just end our turn. Yeah, that's fine. I really don't want to attack right now because my opponent could play down Rough Seas, kill the Pokemon. My opponent says the draws, but only if he knew we had that Juniper in our hand the whole time. Or the Jirachi in our hand. But let's see what happens. What will my opponent do this turn? Float Stone going to Keldeo. Can my opponent take a knockout this turn? 5, 6, 7. They'll need, I think, 6 energies on their Raikou. 120. Yeah, they'll need 6 energies on it. I don't think they can do it this turn. We'll see a Dynamo to number 1, so that's 3. So I need 3 more energies, which is impossible. They cannot do that this turn. And hopefully we can take a knockout the following turn, which we can. We have a Lightning Energy discard pile. We have a Lightning in your hand. We can put that down. Take a knock on the Raikou. Here comes the Raikou up to the axe spot. And as long as they don't have a Lysandre, oh, and there's the Lysandre. They're going to put him with the Jirachi, and they're going to use Thunderlance for the knockout. Okay, so 110 damage coming down, but my opponent can't take a knockout this turn to the Kingdra, and they don't have any really easy knockouts. So we're going to send the Eelektrik. We're attaching a Float Stone to it. Hopefully top deck already. Okay, that's not a Shaymin. But we can Level Ball. Grabbing another Eel. Okay. We'll put that down on the field. We'll play a Lightning Energy on this guy. Okay. We'll Float Stone the active. We'll play Dynamo number 1. That's the only one we have. So Dynamo to this guy. Okay. Do we play Super Rod or not? I think I'm going to. So that way if we need to reuse Jirachi, we can. Split Jirachi, and that's all we can really grab. And we will be a Seeker for Sycamore. Yeah, we'll grab a Sycamore. Or Juniper, sorry. I keep saying Sycamore, but it's a Juniper. Duh. So we're going to Juniper, discard our hand, draw on 7 new cards. Alright, there's an Eelektross, an Ultra Ball. So I'm going to Ultra Ball, discard an Ultra Ball, and a Lightning. And with this, I'm going to grab a Keldeo-EX. There it is. Come on down, Keldeo. Alright, so grab the Keldeo. Put that down. Dynamo onto the guy with the water energy. Okay. And we will just free retreat into the Kingdra, and we will take a knockout with the Dragon Tail. Alright. So they can knock out this turn. We're doing a, 150 damage. So we're going to go down 5 prize cards. Now the question is, alright, there's a Float Stone. That's really good. If we have a Battle Compressor in our deck, we can Compressor, discard 3 Lightning Energies, and our opponent down to 4. and we could take a knock on the Raikou, which is great, because now they can't power another Raikou this turn. There's a Lightning on that guy, 3, 4, 5. They can't take a knockout this turn unless they play Muscle Bands. Alright, so we see a Lightning on that guy, okay. And do they play Muscle Band or not? Another Dynamo coming down, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. They are going to be 20 short unless they play this Muscle Band. That is the big question. They play Muscle Band or not. If they don't, we'll probably be okay. Like I said, if we get it, if the Battle Compressors in the deck, we'll be okay. I think so. Let's see, what is our opponent going to do? Regardless, we can just knock out the Raikou next turn. It would go down to 2 prize cards, or 4 prize cards. Here comes the Raikou, but I want to retreat this guy. I want to retreat it. Preserve this guy and my opponent down to 4, and hopefully they can't find another Raikou. And let's see, does my opponent have a Lysandre? If they Lysandre an Eel, they can take a knockout this turn, make things kind of weird, but we're not getting rid of our energies. That's great. That doesn't really matter, so I don't really care about that too much. Let's see. We also have the Eelektros too, which could be spicy. But this Thunderlance is not going to take a knockout. Only going to do 150 damage. They just doesn't look like they have the Float Stone. So we get a Lightning Energy, which is great. I'm going to Computer Search, discard a Lightning and the Juniper. And like I said, we're looking for a Battle Compressor. Is there a Compressor in the deck? And the Compressor is in the deck. That's great. So we'll grab the Compressor. And with the Compressor, we'll discard some Lightning Energies. We'll do 1, 2, and then maybe the Xerosic. That seems pretty useless, and I don't want to draw to it. So we'll grab those 3, put a Float Stone on this guy, and we will play it in. So we'll put our opponent at 4 new cards. Maybe they won't have another Raikou. They'll need a Lysandre and a Raikou. Alright, so we can start using Dynamotor. We'll Dynamotor number 1 onto this guy. Okay. And then we'll Dynamotor number 2 onto the other guy. And this way we can take a knockout on the Raikou and be A-okay. Yeah, we have 3 on there, so we can take a knockout that guy. We're going to rush in. And we're going to retreat into the other Kingdra. So this way it makes my opponent hard. They'll need a VS Seeker to take a knockout this turn. So we'll go for the Dragon Tail for the knockout. We are doing 130 damage. Take that. It would have been 150, but then it has the Poke Body. What is it? Shiny Body, making it where it takes 20 less damage if there's a Lightning Energy attached to it. And there's a Keldeo-EX. So what's going to happen this turn? If my opponent doesn't take a knockout this turn, we can Lysandre, bring up the Keldeo. Ooh, a Mewtwo comes down. 20, 40, 60, 80. Ooh, that could be spicy. I like the Mewtwo play. I'm fine with the Mewtwo regardless. Like, if they attack with it, we can take a knockout with either Kingdra. We see an Ultra Ball discarding 1 to 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The max they can do is 160 unless they play DC or what is it? DCE or Muscle Band. That's what we're going to say. We see another AO coming down. And what is the 1 card in my opponent's hand? That is the big question. Now, oh man, this is kind of weird. If we hit a Water Energy, we can take a knockout. Oh, we can't take a knockout. We need another Eel. So actually, these are only 2 Kingdras that are going to be in play. So if my opponent takes a knockout with the Mewtwo somehow this turn, like only active, we're pretty much going to lose the game. Yeah, that's what it seems like. But we see a Lightning Energy go to that guy. We see a Lightning Energy go to that guy. Okay. And what's that 1 card in my opponent's hand? Is that a supporter card or not? That is the big question. We see a triple Dynamotor coming down onto the Mewtwo EX. Unless he licenses this guy, there's a Mewtwo coming up. And what's in his hand? Does he have a supporter card or not? Nope. Just the next ball. He is going to do 140 damage. So not enough for a knockout. Onto our turn. We get a course. Someone must be in the active. I'm going to put the Eelektros down because we really don't need it anymore. I'm fine with just burning our hand. And I'm going to Muscle Band into the Kingdra. And I think I'm going to go... I think I'm just... Do we course or not? That is the big question. I'm contemplating playing course. Yeah, I'm going to course. Going to shuffle our hand to deck and draw 10 cards. And so this way we can play a bunch of cards out of our hand if needed. Okay, we got a Water Energy attached to this guy. I probably should have Dynamoted before I... Oh, well, we didn't have another Dynamotor. So Dynamotor this guy. We'll put down a Tropical Beach. I'm basically just burning cards so my opponent ends us down to 2. We'll be okay. And so let's see. We'll do 170 damage. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So we'll take a knockout on the Mewtwo EX. Going down to 2 prize cards. Now, we do have the Shaymin in our deck as well. So we could maybe play that. We have multiple VS Seekers and we have another Lysandre. Oh, we have 1 Ultra Ball. 3 VS Seekers. We have somewhat of a good outs. And next turn, we could maybe attack with this Kingdra. We see a Float Stone going down to the Shaymin-EX, and we see just a Tropical Beach, and that will be the game. So, yeah, that's going to be the game. We could go for a Crash and Burn, but we are just going to go for a Dragon Tail. He said, la, 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 la. I had the Lysandre regardless. Alright, so, good game. Oh, yeah, that was a really good game. Alright, so there we go. He says he could have, I don't know, he forgot that it ends his turn. But we'll bring him the shame, take a knockout, just show an opponent we did have the Lysandre regardless. So he had it in us to get rid of the hand. And there you go, guys. There is the Kingdra-EX deck. That was pretty fun. That was a really, really good game. But we'll see one more game. Yeah, we'll play one more game with the deck here in a second. Hopefully it's none of the mirror match, and we'll see what happens. We did take down a deck that plays like non-EX Pokemon, so that was really cool. And it looks like we did get a mystery prize. Let's see, what do we get? Just 50 tokens. Alright, so we'll see what happens in the next game. Hopefully it's another great game. Alright, putting against Ice Shield, 119 or 19 or 119. I don't know the number. Looks like it's 19. Alright, so they're calling the coin flip. Let's see who goes first. And they're playing a Zoroark deck. It could be really difficult with the Zoroark, with the Mind Jack attack. That could be really dirty. And we lost coin flip once again. We're going second. Perfect. Alright, so let's see who goes first. I imagine my opponent will go first. Why would you opt not to go first? Now, the interesting thing to note is they don't have any Colors Pokemon. They don't have any Water Pokemon, which means no Shaymin and no Keldeo-EX. So I'm not really sure what we're playing against. We'll find out here in a second. It is an all-dark deck with a Zoroark coin, so it could be a Zoroark deck. I don't know. That's all I know, really. Just all dark. And they're taking a decision. Do they want to go first or second? I mean, I think you just always go first. Oh, yes, there we go. All right, there we go. Ice Shield 19. All right, so we get a mulligan. We got a pretty... Oh, my goodness, it is Zoroark. Okay, so Zoroark has the Mind Jack. It does 10 to 30 more damage to each of your opponent's bench Pokemon. And if we 36, 9, 12... Okay, yep, that's a knockout. Okay. So this is going to be pretty scary because they can easily take knockouts on us. So that is... Oh, man, that's scary. All right, so we'll start with the Kingdra. Sorry, I hiccuped. I guess we could start with Tynamo, maybe. But Tynamo could get knocked out. We could go for a Thunder Wave, though. But we'll see what happens. If it is Zoroark, it's going to be really, really difficult. Like, because we're going to fill our bench up. Like, that's just how you play the deck. You have to fill your bench up. Unless we limit to just 3. And we put like a Float Stone on the Eelektrik. But I don't know how great that's going to work. Alright, so press done. Let's select the start of Pokemon. And let's see what's going to happen. What is my opponent playing? That is the big, big question. We got a Float Stone, we got a Muscle Band, we got a Juniper. We see a Zora. Oh my goodness, cute little Zora with Ascension and Scratch, and he looks so cute and cuddly, but his next evolution is very scary. He will do so much damage to us. Alright, so just a pass. Alright, so on our turn, we get a Lightning Energy. So Float Stone the active, Muscle Band the active, and we'll Juniper discard our hand, drawing 7 new cards, and let's see what do we get. Alrighty. Well, we're going to Compressor, and with the Compressor, we will discard the Colress. Looks like Xerosic is prized. Discard a light. Oh, we're going to discard multiple lightnings here in a second. I guess we already have a Lysandre discard pile. We already okay. Alright, so we discard another in. And I guess just those two. Yeah, that seems fine. Yeah, we'll just discard just those two. Because we're at Ultra Ball, discard double lightning, so 1, 2. And with this, we'll grab, I guess, a Kingdra. We could Kingdra Water Energy, but we still can't attack next turn, which is the only downside as of right now. What to do? Do we grab a Tynamo? I guess we'll go Kingdra. This guy can maybe tank for a second. So with a Kingdra, put a Water Energy in the active, and we'll end our turn. I guess what we could do as well is make it where Mind Jack only does 40 damage per turn. It really not load our bench up. If we could do that, we might be able to win the game. Sorry, the cord was wrapped around my foot. But we can maybe like just keep our bench really small. It make our opponent can't take a knockout. There's a Darkrai with the Abyssal Sleep. Oh, that's so scary. Dark Energy deactive. We could see an Ascension to get out the Zoroark this turn. Oh, nope. Just going to get Zoroark. Mind Jack is going to do 36 plus 10, so 70, which is not a knockout. There's a guy, okay, the reverse Violet coming out, so now they're going to do 80. There's a Lysandre. Bring it up our Tynamo. Okay, all right, things are going great right now. There's a Mind Jack for the knockout. They do 80 damage. Alrighty, so my opponent's going to go down to 5 prize cards. Okay, we're going to see the Kingdra with the Muscle Band, and, okay, on our turn, what do we get? We get a Juniper. Yeah, I'm just going to Juniper, discard our hand, draw 70 cards. We do have Super Rod. Alright, there's all, okay, so we get Ultra Ball. We can discard Jirachi and the Kingdra. And with this, we'll get a Tynamo. We'll put down the Tynamo. Put a Lightning into this guy. Put down the Chocolate Beach. Put a Float Stone down on the Tynamo. and we will just beach. Alrighty. So there's a lightning energy. Okay, Keldeo. Okay. So we how many float stones? Oh, we're down both float stones now? We're down both float stones. Should have probably paid attention to that. But, I mean, he can take a knockout this turn. The max he can do is 70. Then 14. And then next turn we can start taking knockouts. I think that's the plan. I think we just sit here. We load up one Kingdra, and we just hope that this strategy works. Now, if he has another license this turn, knocks out Tynamo, I will probably cry. Alright, so this is a delinquent. Going to discard a stadium. We need to discard 3 cards. Discard a lightning, Lysandre. Oh, why you do this to me? I guess we'll discard the VS Seeker. Or do we just yeah, we'll discard VS Seeker. Whatever. Those 3 cards are being discarded, okay? Alright, so we're seeing Mind Jack do 70 this turn. 3, 6, 7, okay. We get a lightning energy. Do we even put down Keldeo is the question. Dark energy, that guy, okay. Like I kinda want it for the double, like for the special sleep, because you need to flip 2 coins. But it might not matter at all. So on our turn, we get a water energy. I'm going to attach a light energy to this guy. And do we Super Rod to get back some eels? Yeah, I think so. I'm going to Super Rod. And with this, I'm going to get back double eel and Jirachi. Oh, not this guy. Double eel and Jirachi. Let's get 1 Kingdra. Yeah, seems great. That's what we'll get. We'll get those 3. And it'll be a Seeker for a N. Yeah, because I want to say the Keldeo just in case we need it. Just in case they do start using that Abyssal Sleep. So we're going to N. We get an eel, which is great. We can attack with the Kingdra next turn. We'll put down an eel. We will Dynamotor to the Kingdra. The question is, do we Tropical Beach or not? I kind of don't want to because we know they play Delinquent, and they could take they could Delinquent us next turn. So I'm going to end my turn, all of my opponent's turn, and let's see what happens. On next turn, they're still only going to do 70. They could do 90 max next turn, which is still not a knockout unless they play Target Whistle. Because they're going to do 3, 6, 7 because of 10. Wait, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, the max they can do is, they can actually do 100 with the Muscle Man and the Reverse Valley because that's plus 20 and plus a 10. Which would be very, that'd be, I might cry if that happens if they take a knockout this turn. But this turn we can't take a knockout on that guy. There's a Dark-EX coming down, okay. Evital coming down, okay. Another Zora coming down, okay. I was like, maybe they don't have another Zora. But there's another Zora. Alright, so max looks are coming down. Gonna look at the top 6 cards of the deck, and they're gonna attach a Dark Energy to the Dark Eye with the Abyssal Sleep. Fighting Fury Belt going down to the Dark Eye. This has 150 damage, and we see an N. Alright, I'm actually okay with the N. Our hand was, it wasn't bad, but it wasn't the best either. We get a VS Seeker, Water Energy, and a Keldeo. So what we can do this turn is we can Water Energy the active, Hard Charm going to the active, Zoric Break coming down, so we have to do 160 damage. So 3, what are we doing? 6, 79, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. No, we had the knockout this turn. Okay, we still kind of have the knockout this turn. We just gotta get lucky with our top deck. We just need a Muscle Man. Oh wait, no. Oh wait, do we have a Light Energy discard pile? We do. Okay, we're good. We're good. We're okay. We're good. We're good. We're good. All right, we're good. Don't worry. I'm okay. We're good. We're gonna take a knockout this turn to Zoric. We're gonna Light Energy the active, retreat into the Kingdra, take a knockout. That is the plan. There's a Mind Jack only doing 70 damage, okay. So on our turn, we are going to a Light Energy Dynamotor to this guy. Okay. So right now, what we're doing, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, what are we doing? 16, 17, 18. So we're doing 180 damage, which will knock out the active. We'll put a Light Energy in the active. We will retreat into this guy, and we will go for the Dragon Tail for the knockout. Okay. So, Dragon Tail, knocking out the Zoric. We'll go down to 5 prize cards. That's a lot of work for 1 prize card. We get a Lightning Energy, which is okay. This Dark Eye, though, this is what I'm scared of. This Abyssal Sleep. 80, your opponent's active Pokemon is now sleep. Your opponent flipped 2 coins instead of 1 between turns. If either one's tails, that Pokemon is still asleep. But Evital comes up to the Axe spot instead, which is great with me, because what we can do is we can VS Seeker for the Lysandre, bring up the Zora, take a knockout, because that's pretty much the real threat, the Zoric. The Zoric does a ton of damage, and if they get that powered up, we'll be in trouble. We see a VS Seeker for an N, so both players are going to show up their hands to deck and get a new hand of 5. And let's see, what does my opponent get? What do we get as well? If we knock out the Zora, I think, okay, that's not a Zora. Do we have a, okay, both Lysandres are gone. I started the Megaphone, getting rid of the Float Stone and the Muscle Band, okay. Alright, we see a Dark Energy go to the active. And we'll see an Eva Soda. Getting at the Zork. I imagine that's what we're going to see. If they have the Zork in the deck. If they don't have the Zork in the deck. Oh, no, there's Zork. Okay. Alright, well, this is the different Zork. Okay, I'm fine with this. I'm fine with this Zork block. Nasty Plot, I'm not really scared of. Blizzwing 4, 30 damage. Alright. So they don't have the other Mind Jack, which is what I'm scared of. That's the card I'm scared of. But we see a Blizzwing putting energy onto the Darkrai-EX. Okay. So on our turn, we get an Eel. I'm going to Ultra Ball discard Jirachi and the Tropical Beach. And I think now I'm going to get out Keldeo. I think getting the Keldeo is the great part right now because we need to maybe use the Russian Retreat next turn. So we'll put down Keldeo. We'll put a Muscle into the active. Dynamotor onto the Keldeo. And do we play in or not? Yeah, I think I'm going to end. Oh, man, that Darkrai is very scary because if they Night Spear, they can knock out both these guys. Man, that'd be crazy if that happens. Yeah, I'm going to go for a Dragon Tail for the knockouts. My opponent can't knock us out. Well, let's see. 9, 10, 11, huh? They could. They could. If my opponent gets a Burbank, Laser, Muscle Band, Dark Patch, Dark Energy, they can knock us out this turn with the Darkrai-EX. I know that seems pretty crazy, but then they can put both these guys. They can knock out both these guys, and we'll be in trouble. Yes, that could really happen. Let's see what does my opponent do here. But next turn, we're actually okay. We see Darkrai come up, which I'm fine with that. But what we can do next turn is we can put the Kingdra down, attach a Water G, put down Tynamo. We're going to fill our bench up, which is very scary. But I think we're going to be okay. We see a Dark Energy going to the active. I don't even know if my opponent plays Dark Patch. I'm just assuming they do. Muscle Band going down to the Yveltal. Okay. And let's see, what else does my opponent have? How many electrics do we... Okay, we have one Eel in the discard pile. We see 90 damage going down to Kingdra and Tails and Heads. Alright, so we stay asleep because we flipped one Tails. Alright, so we get an Ultra Ball. So I'm going to put down Tynamo. I'm going to put down Kingdra. I'm going to Water Energy the Kingdra. We're going to use the Dynamotor ability, put a Water Energy onto the Keldeo-EX. And we are going to Colress to get a ton of cards. 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, that's the play. Colress for 8. Okay. Alrighty. And I think what we do is, I mean, we have to rush in. That's pretty much the only play we have right now. We'll rush in. Keldeo has a 2 retreat cost, so we'll retreat back to the Kingdra. And we will Dragon Tail for the knockout. Now the question is, does my opponent play Dark Patches? If they don't, we're going to be okay because they can't really attack us this turn. So we'll go down to 3 price cards. We'll get a Shaymin-EX, okay. And let's see, what will my opponent do? They can't really tank with anybody. Here comes Zork. It could use, guess, Foul Play, maybe? Foul Play could copy Dragon Tail for 60, which will be a knockout. Oh, that'd be really scary. But they're going down to 3 price cards. So, I mean, they go down to 3. Oh, there's a Dark Energy coming down to Yveltal. Okay, we're good. We're good. We're golden. Sycamore, and they play Sycamore, not an end. Alright, so Sycamore, discard the hand, drawing 7 new cards. So what we can do this turn is... we could just license the Yveltal. Another Zora comes down. Ooh, that's actually scary. And Yveltal comes down. Okay. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to knock out the Zora. I think that it seems weird that I'm doing that, but that Zora is so scary. We're going to Love Ball to get on an Eel. Okay. We'll grab an Eelektrik, put Electric down. We will attach a Water Energy Dynamotor onto this guy. We will Dynamotor again onto that guy. Okay. He has a Muscle Band, so no Fighting Crew Belt. Okay. The question is, I think what I'm going to do, actually, is I'm going to be a Seeker or a Lysandre. And I'm actually going to bring up that Yveltal. The Yveltal is the only real threat. Yeah, so I'm going to bring up the Yveltal. I'm going to Muscle Band this guy. I'm going to free retreat, or retreat 1 into the Kingdra, discarding a Lightning Energy. We'll press done. And so we'll still take a knock on the Yveltal. So do 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So we'll take a knockout with the Dragon Tail. And now whoever my opponent attacks with next turn, we could probably knock it out. Unless they put a Fighting Crew Belt on that Darkrai-EX, then things will get weird. There's a Lightning and a Level Ball, okay. But what we can do next turn, if they somehow knock us out, maybe get the Mind Jack Zork off. We can power up this guy. We're pretty much good to go. Unless they send this guy, attach a Fighting Crew Belt, give it 220 HP. We can pretty much knock it out with this guy. I'm not too scared. There's a special... what does that card do? We take 2 damage counters, so I'm not worried about that. So that comes out to the active. We see Ashana, and I don't know how my opponent's going to win the game now. So I'm feeling fairly vaguely confident right now, unless something spooky happens right here. But nope, just a Moonless Madness. We are confused. That's fine. On to our turn. What we can do is we can Dynamo number 1. On to this Kingdra. We're going to do maximum damage with this Kingdra. Lightning Energy. We'll Kingdra again onto this guy. We'll put a Lightning into the Kingdra, and we'll retreat to the Kingdra. I don't even know how much damage we're doing. We're going to see how much damage it's going to do. We'll retreat into the Kingdra, discarding a Lightning, press done. And we will go for the Dragon Tail. How much is it going to do? It is going to do 260 damage. Oh my goodness, that was enough to knock out a Wailord. That is pretty crazy. But there you go, guys. There is the Kingdra-EX Eelektrik deck. I mean, the second game wasn't really that scary. I mean, no, it was scary. Don't. Oh, man, I almost said it wasn't scary. Those Zoroarks were very, very scary. But it seems like my opponent only played one. We'll see in a second what they played. Never mind, we're not going to see what they're playing. The Zoroarks is very, very scary, but it seemed like my opponent wasn't playing Dark Patch. And if that was the question, it might have been a totally different ball game. Dark Patch lets you dark energies from discard pile onto your dark Pokemon. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. But there you go, guys. There is the Kingdra-EX Eelektrik deck. I think it's a lot of fun. I think it's really cool. It kind of mimics the Mega Rayquaza, which is really nice, but you don't have to discard the Lightning Energy, so you don't have to worry about like Hex Maniac. You still have to worry about Garbodor like somewhat, but not as bad. But I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. Thanks for watching this episode of Expanded Thursday. Like I said earlier, make sure you go vote down. There's a link down below to the Facebook. Make sure you go vote for your deck for Fan Friday. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you have a great Thursday. Alrighty. Alright guys, just want to give a quick shout out to our two sponsors, 60 Cards and Yeti Gaming. The links are down below to their websites. Make sure you go check them out. Alrighty.